this is kind of how I see this. And again, I share this with you because I want you to correct me if my understanding's wrong, because this is not where I play frequently. But basically, there's a bank or a lender who probably has a list of troubled assets on that they're following, tracking. And at some point, they're like, we've had enough, right? We're going to take this back. What generally happens, unless it's a smaller asset, is they probably reach out to brokers. In residential, it's called broker price opinion. I don't know what it's called in commercial. They're basically trying to get probably opinions on values. And then what happens, obviously, I think, is that broker goes to this list that you're referring to of trusted buyers and they kind of shop the deal, if you will.
Well, the broker may have their own list too, right? So you may actually
Yep.
have two cracks at this because I think the lender may, because
No,
the
that's true.
lender may just know people who buy this stuff, and the lender may just be looking at this in terms of we just want to get our money back out of this, right?
Yeah,
Or as
that's
much
the thing
money
we
as we
talked
can.
about at your event, right? The
Yeah,
banks are starving for cash. They're
yeah.
gonna they
So
want
they
the
may
money
not,
back.
they may just be happy if they get their loan back and not try to be, like making money additionally on that, like foreclosing and then making a profit. But if they do go to brokers, I mean, obviously you want to be on the broker list, and you need to start, networking with brokers as well. And I think, one way. So the question is, well, how do I know which brokers are going to handle this? There are some places you can go. Now, for single family homes, you know, you can actually get on something like Trulia or Zillow and actually just search for foreclosures, and you can see the brokers who pop up, right? Just go contact those people and say, hey, and just form a relationship with them, right?
Yep.
You can also go on something called Realty Track. I don't know if you're familiar with Realty
Mhm.
Track. This is a subscription based service, but it's not that expensive. It's like $47 a month. You can subscribe for 1 month. I think they probably have a free trial period as well. And the thing that's great about Realty Track is that it actually tells you who like the receivers are and who the law firms are that are dealing with these things.
Oh
So
wow.
you can just reach out to those people and start building relationships there, because you'll see, like, say, for instance, I had been looking at New York for a while a few years ago, and it was the same names that kept on coming up over and over and over again, because the banks, there's a limited number of banks. The banks have like one or two law firms that they deal with for this kind of stuff. The Interestingly enough, what I noticed was that the New York foreclosure listings were often handled by a law firm in Rochester, New York, right?
Hmm.
Now, this makes sense because the legal fees are a lot less. This is very
Okay.
routine legal work. They don't want to spend New York City legal prices on this. So they just have some firm upstate that just does this as a matter of routine. But this is why it's great to have something like Realty Track, because you may just assume, like, hey, the law firms that are going to be dealing with this stuff in New York City are in New York City. Well, that's not necessarily the case. And you may find that whatever state you're in, you may be in Los Angeles, but the firm that they hire to do this stuff is in Fresno, right? Because
Yeah,
it's cheaper,
cheaper.
or whatever. So
Yeah.